The OHL Seaway Shootout will take place October 16th and October 17th in the beautiful city of Cornwall, as the Brampton Steelheads will take on the Ottawa 67s on Friday, October 16th, and the Kingston Frontenacs on Saturday, October 17th, along with some exciting additional events throughout the course of the weekend as we truly do celebrate a festival of hockey in Cornwall, which, as you look through the annals of history, there's a lot there to take in. Three separate Memorial Cup championships and a host of legendary names that have come through the city over the years. We'll begin, Commissioner Brian Crawford, an exciting announcement today. I know that it's something that you personally have invested a fair bit of time in, meeting with delegates over the past several months and whatnot. Maybe you can just express the excitement and what it's like to get this out there for everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for joining us, and thanks all the members of the media that joined us today here for this announcement. Yeah, something we're really excited about. We started kind of earlier in the year exploring the possibility of doing some neutral site games next year. Being a former member of the CFL and having played in touchdown Atlantic games on numerous occasions. I love the idea of being able to bring our league to other communities in the province that don't necessarily have the opportunity to interact with our league maybe on a daily basis. And so seeing the success of those events of the CFL, seeing the success of events that the NFL puts on in Europe and those sorts of things really inspired us to start to explore how we could do the same. And, as we started to do that, there wasn't a community that, made more sense than a return to Cornwall, kind of reconnect with some of the roots of the OHL in the history of junior hockey in the OHL, especially in the city of Cornwall. Continue to grow the brand of the OHL in Eastern Ontario. Obviously, bringing in our two Eastern Ontario or furthest most Eastern Ontario teams in Ottawa and Kingston as part of that, and really celebrate the game, celebrate hockey in the community. When we started to explore this, I would say we were actually extremely surprised, not very pleasantly surprised by the amount of investment that the city has been making in the facility. There is no question that the facility has been maintained extremely well by the community, with major investments being made. The arena floorboards and glass, those sorts of things. Things that the roof that people don't necessarily see but are incredibly important. I know that the kind of lobby areas are being done currently, washrooms, those sorts of things. So, that's really exciting for us when we started to understand kind of the current state of the building with a group that hadn't had necessarily a lot of folks that had had a chance to be in it in most recent times. But as we looked at the history that we have had with exhibition games there, Hockey Canada and so forth, it became apparent that it would be a great fit to launch this property together and bring OHL regular season hockey back to the community. And further than that, also the opportunity to build out a festival of hockey and partner with other local hockey groups and associations, Seaway Hockey Day, to be able to work with the HEO and the CCHL and other local organizations to bring in more parts to celebrate hockey as a whole here in early October. So really excited to be able to launch this event. Thankful to all of our partners, both the city itself and then our partner teams that have signed up to be part of this event with us.
Thanks, Brian. Mayor Towndale, the Royals were last in Cornwall in 1992, but like most places in Ontario, Cornwall's probably a very different place than it was back then today. What excites you so much about this announcement today?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I mean, when when the Royals left, I was 9 years old, and I'm 43 now. So, doing the math, we can see it's been a long time since we've had regular season games from the OHL here in Cornwall. We're extremely excited for this. I want to thank the Commissioner Brian Crawford, yourself, Josh, all the members at the OHL, the team that helped put this together on your side, and the city of Cornwall is extremely excited by this. It's great for our community. The civic complex is truly a jewel in our community, and as you mentioned, Brian, we've been ensuring that jewel doesn't tarnish or crumble in the interim years, and we've been making those investments for something like this, exactly, to host a premier sporting event, to host three OHL teams and have regular season games back in our community. Cornwall has a long and very passionate hockey history. We're the home of the Ontario Hockey Academy, which is a fantastic secondary school, private secondary school, which trains future NHL players. We've had a lot of NHL talent come through Cornwall. Doug Gilmore, Dale Howardchuk, Mark Crawford, just three of the names at the top of the list, and there are many, many more. And certainly, this is something coupled with the whole festival, the Seaway Day becoming a weekend of activities. It's great for our community and our youth. There's going to be so much going on for the youth in our community as part of that. And that's a big part of this as well. It's not just going to watch a sporting event. It's very interactive. It's very, very intertwined, and it's certainly it's great. And we really appreciate the thought and the investment the OHL are making here, and we look forward to continuing this partnership well into the future.